Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Louis' Garage. So today we have the Lotus Exige S. This car is still for sale at the moment. I've had a few people that are interested, but it's not sold. So if you are interested in buying this car, please let me know. It's going to be a pretty amazing car for someone to own. Everything's ready to go. I'm going to take you on a bit of a drive today. That's the whole point of this video, is to give you a point of view drive. So at the moment it is Twilight, so it's a perfect time in Auckland in summer to take it for a drive. And also Happy New Year to everyone. It's 2022, and so hopefully this year is going to be a little bit better with a little bit more travel, hopefully less restrictions, and I might be able to even visit some of you guys this year, hopefully, fingers crossed. So anyway, without further ado, I'm just going to walk around the car really quickly, just so that you can see what's going on. It's looking really amazing, which is fantastic. And then I'm gonna go for a bit of a drive, so hop in with me and we'll go together. Alright, so let's get into the car. There we go. It's a pretty tight cabin, so you can see my shoulders literally right here. There's not much room, but that means that the car is nice and small and light as well. So we'll put the key in. That's my alarm, and then we'll start the car. There we go, very nice. Put the seatbelt on. Turn off the stereo. Awesome, and off we go. So we're just gonna go and get some petrol today because I'm running a little bit low on petrol. And so we're just going to be doing a bit of a motorway cruise. I don't live too far away from the motorway, luckily. So it's just going to be a really quick drive to get to the motorway. Now the car to drive, it's actually really comfortable to drive at a normal speed. So here I am cruising along at sort of 50 kilometers per hour, and it's actually really nice and comfortable. I don't really have to do anything crazy or anything special, and it's actually really easy to drive. It is a little bit louder than other cars, I guess. So we've got a bit of a tunnel here, so I can show you some of the noise that it generates, especially the supercharger. The supercharger noise is insane. And you get a few pops and bangs through the exhaust as well, which is really nice. And none of that is faked, you know, all of that is real. It's just, you know, fuel that's unburnt going into the exhaust, so that's pretty amazing as well. So like I said, we're not too far away from the motorway, so we just need to drive down this particular road and then go onto the main highway. But yeah, it's been really awesome weather in New Zealand recently as well, so it's definitely made me want to come out and drive a little bit more. So hopefully you're going to see a little bit more sort of driving content in the channel, you know, not just DIY content, but also content showcasing some of the pretty amazing roads that we have in New Zealand. You know, we go on some of these amazing roads for club drives, and sometimes even just to go on holiday. We have to drive through some pretty amazing roads as well. So we're heading towards a petrol station, one of the only ones in Auckland that does 100 octane. I would like to put 100 octane in this car because it is tuned. I think 98 is okay as well, but 100 if I can. So the petrol station is called MPD, and they are opening more in New Zealand, but in Auckland, sorry, they're from New Zealand, but they're from the South Island, not the North Island, so they're just opening up a few petrol stations now. This one's about 16 kilometers away from me, so it's about 20 minutes drive, which is pretty good. But hopefully they're going to open one that's about 10 kilometers away soon. And as we get on the motorway, I'm just going to shut up a little bit and let you guys enjoy the ride. Close this window. But yeah, you do feel like a really small car when you're driving a Lotus Exige around. Even just family hatchbacks like the one over there, they feel like big cars compared to this car. Alright, so we're just merging onto motorway now. Hopefully there's not much traffic today. That feels good. Man, what a car. It's just so fast. So fast. Yeah, so it's actually not too bad when we're cruising around on the motorway. I'll shut the window. It's just a little bit of supercharger noise, quite a bit of tire noise as well, because I've got semi-slicks on this car. And if you do have a passenger, it does get a little bit difficult to talk sometimes, but it's not too bad at all. Not nearly as tricky as you might think it is. Yeah, what a lovely day today to go out for a drive. We've been having this run of really amazing weather in Auckland. And there's not much traffic today, which is nice as well. Hopefully not many roadworks as well. Alright, well, let's just relax and do a bit of cruising. Yeah, the amazing thing about this car is that even in 6th gear, you can just put your foot down and it just goes. It's pretty amazing. I guess it's because it's so light. And of course the supercharger helps as well. And I feel like with the GRP gated shifter, the shifts have definitely gotten better. It's a lot more accurate, and it's just a little bit more enjoyable to do the gear shifts. So yeah, it's really nice. really nice and responsive car. You know, you just can't really buy a car like this anymore. You know, it's like a really old school car, but you know, it's quite new. You know, this is a 2008 build, registered in 2009. And some of the newer Lotuses are quite similar as well, but it is a bit of a shame that they are stopping production now. So, you know, they're just releasing the last of the final editions now. So these are going to be rare. These are going to be very sought after soon. Now the steering wheel is a little bit heavy on the motorway, but it's not noticeably heavy actually. You can't even tell that it's actually manual steering. When it gets heavy is when you're parking, when you're not actually moving along. As soon as you get moving, the steering is actually fine. And I'm assuming that's mainly because I've got semi-slicks on this car as well. Because there's hardly any weight over the front axle, so there's actually not too many problems with the manual steering. So that's a bit of a plus. Now visibility though is pretty shocking on these cars, I have to say. I constantly struggle to make sure that I don't have anyone in my blind spots, because it's just blind. You can't really see anything over there. The mirrors don't have a very good field of view. You can get extend view mirrors as well if you wish. I was going to go for that option, but you know, now obviously the car's for sale, so I'm not doing anything like that anymore. There we go, we're turning off to go to the airport, but we're just stopping just in front of the airport today. And this car just corners like it is on rails. It is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And surprisingly the suspension's not that harsh either. Oh, whew. Gee whiz, this car is freaking fast. Every time I drive it, I'm like, man, just forget how fast it is, you know. It's just ridiculous sometimes how quick this thing is. What a machine. I've never driven anything like this car before. Yeah, so it's about 8 PM at the moment, and the sun goes down here in New Zealand, well at least in Auckland, at about 8:30. So this is a really good time, you know, that half an hour, golden hour as photographers will probably call it. When you get some really amazing colors, and you know, it's really nice and cool as well. It's not too hot, because during the day it's about 30 degrees at the moment, but in the evening it's only 23, 24 degrees, so it's quite nice in the evening. And we're almost there, you know, like this car is pretty easy to drive on the motorway, and it goes pretty quick. So yeah, we're almost there. I feel like I almost should drive some more, you know, just to make the most of taking the car out. There we go, there's our petrol station in the distance there. MPD. Almost there. Downshifting, which is also very pleasant in this car. Sometimes you just go through the gears just because, you know, it's fun. You don't have to change gears, but sometimes you just want to change them because it's so engaging and it's so fun. I'll be doing a full review of this car as well before it goes to its new owner. But yeah, this is just giving you a bit of a preview, a bit of a taster of what it's like driving this car. Here we go, we're going to turn into our petrol station today. after a lovely, lovely drive. Very, very nice. There's always a few interesting cars parked around here as well. I can see an old Jag over there. Looks like a Lancer. And then R35 GDR. It is looking really amazing, I have to say. What an incredible car. Alright, and it's pretty old school. You have to use the key to open the petrol cap, and then normally I just put the petrol cap down like this. I don't leave it on the car. And now we can start filling up. Cool. There we go. And there you go, guys. Thanks a lot for joining me on this really fun drive tonight to get some petrol. Hopefully you enjoyed the views and the motorway and the drive. I'll see you on the next episode of Louis' Garage. Say goodbye to the Lotus Exige.